YouTube algorithm system, one dude makes video essays about video games. These are his videos.
This week, PlayStation revealed the launch date for their revamped PlayStation Plus service. And while June 13th may seem like a long time away, it certainly will be here before you know it. It seems like each of the big three is trying their best to add value to their online services. Sony fared when they joined the likes of the Switch Expansion Pass and Xbox Game Pass. It's not out yet, so who the hell knows? What we can do is talk about the things it needs to do to justify that hefty price tag. What are those things? Let's investigate. For this video, I'm going to focus on three parts: the PS Plus tiers themselves, how they compare to their competitors, and what Sony needs to do to make the PS Plus Premium tier worth the price of admission. That's all there is to it, so let's begin. The new PS Plus tiers are called the Essential, Extra, and Premium tiers. First up is the Essential tier. PS Plus Essential is a rebranded version of the regular PS Plus service. You get online play, a few free games each month, and some discounts in the PS Store. It's priced the same way too, with 1 month costing $9.99, 3 months being $39.99, and 12 months being $59.99. The next tier is the Extra tier. PS Plus Extra is a little different. It combines the regular PS Plus service with a larger library of downloadable PS4 and PS5 games. That'll run you $14.99 for 1 month, $39.99 for 3, and $99 for 12 months. The final and most interesting tier is the PS Plus Premium. Premium gives you everything mentioned before in addition to game demos / trials, PS3 and classic PlayStation games, and cloud streaming, which means PlayStation Now is going to be absorbed into the Premium tier. Premium will run you $17.99 for 1 month, $49.99 for 3 months, and $119 for 12 months. Yeah, that's quite a jump. So now that you know what they are offering, how do they stack up against Nintendo and Microsoft? Across the board, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft's basic plans are pretty much the same. All enable online play, some free games, and some game discounts. Even Sony and Microsoft's pricing structure is the same for 1, 3, and 12 months. Nintendo's is different, but we'll get to that. Next we have the premium tiers for each company. I'm skipping PS Plus Extra because neither Microsoft nor Nintendo has a mid-tier subscription service. So here's where things get interesting. We're only going to compare their yearly price points because Nintendo doesn't sell the expansion pack for less than a year. Since we're on the subject, let's start our comparisons with Nintendo. Nintendo is by far the cheapest option of the three. Not only do you get a decent selection of the NES and SNES library, but you get access to the N64 and Genesis library as well as DLC for Animal Crossing, Splatoon 2, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The downside to their service is that there is no native voice chat for online, friend codes are obtuse, and the classic games are being released at a glacial pace. Game Pass Ultimate is the most expensive of the three, adding up to about $160 or $180 when you add up 12 months of either the 1 month or 12 month subscriptions. Microsoft did a reverse Nintendo and didn't offer a 12-month option. While it is the most expensive of the three, it's easily the best value, and the entire reason Nintendo and Sony are even bothering to add value to their online services. With Game Pass Ultimate, you get hundreds of games to download and play on console, PC, and mobile via the cloud. Day 1 downloads for Xbox Game Studio titles like Halo Infinite, Forza, and anything by ZeniMax/Bethesda. You also get a membership to EA Play and all the other basic game subscription perks. Plus, they add games much more often than Nintendo does for their service. Now, since Sony hasn't released their services yet, we can't truly compare it to Nintendo or Microsoft's outputs. What we do know is that they will have games available for download and streaming like Game Pass, but to what extent? And what about the other benefits? Well, that brings me to my third point. What should their premium service offer to make it worth the purchase? Right off the bat, Sony is competing with Microsoft in the lower PS Plus tiers, as Nintendo is never going to have large portions of their library available in any way, shape, or form. And when they do, it's always going to be for a limited time. They are a different beast. Speaking of game library, Sony and Microsoft are going to be offering a large selection of games. The sheer volume should be comparable. What isn't comparable are the brand new day one first party titles. Sony has made no mention of making stuff like God of War Ragnarok available as a full day one download/stream for the service, and somehow I doubt we'll ever see anything like that. The game demos and trials are certainly a bonus, but the game trials have a 5-hour time limit, which starts the moment you add your game to your library, not when you start up the game. So if you add a game to your library and forget to download it, or your download takes longer than 5 hours, then you are shit out of luck, as you can only do this once per game per PSN account. The demos are more straightforward. The only problem is that you can't play PS4 demos on a PS5. And while you can't play PS5 demos on a PS4 for obvious reasons, it's very weird that the 5 can't play what the 4 can, especially considering the PS4 is offering way more demos than the PS5 does. Lastly, and the most important value get, in my opinion, is their classic catalog of PS1, PS2, PS3, and PSP games. How many will be available at launch? How good will the emulation be? Will online play be enabled for the PS2 and PSP games that originally offered it? The few PS2 games they offer on PS4/5 seem to be fine, as I haven't heard any major complaints about them. The PS1, on the other hand, concerns me because of this thing. That's right, the PlayStation Classic was a low-effort attempt by Sony to cash in on the mini-console boom that happened a couple years ago. To make a long story short, it was missing some major classic PS1 games, and some of the ones they offered were in the PAL region, meaning some of the games were running at a lower frame rate than the games released in our region. They cannot make this mistake again with either the PS1, PS2, PS3, or PSP if they hope to make their premium subscription service worth it. In my opinion, the value of PS Plus Premium is going to hinge greatly on their classic games. The game demos and trials are nice to have, but are limited, and the time limit for the game trial should only begin when you boot up the game. There is no fucking reason the PS5 shouldn't be able to access and play PS4 demos. The downloading and streaming library is going to include everything PlayStation Now offers plus more, but the full library will vary, and some games are only available for a limited time. So while Premium reports have up to 340 more games in the extra tier, who knows how close that final number will be and for how long. If the library isn't up to snuff, then it may not be worth the extra $20 for 340 games with an asterisk. If Sony shits the bed again with their classic titles, their premium service will suffer like G did. Hold it! Okay, we have some breaking news here. While in the process of making this video, Sony put out a teaser list of the games coming to its premium service, and it's kinda lacking. The PS4 and PS5 list is about what I expected, no surprises there. The list for PS1 to 3 and the PSP are rough, to say the least. To be fair, this isn't the full list, but the point of a teaser is to build interest and excitement, and this doesn't do it. Where's Crash? Where's Spyro and God of War? What about Metal Gear Solid, Twisted Metal, and Final Fantasy Tactics? The PSP got fucked. There's only one game offered on there. We know Sony will update the list over time, but if they're trying to take on Game Pass, they need to come out swinging on this, and to be honest, it's starting to look like they missed and punched a wall. Here's hoping they can prove me wrong. That's the video. Please be sure to pay your YouTube indulgences, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that kind of fun stuff. Hopefully I can do these once a month. They're a little more involved than some of my other videos, but we'll see what happens. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next video.